What's up guys, welcome back to the video. So today we're going to be learning about event binding in ReactJS. So let's get started. So event binding is simply the process of connecting a function to a specific action that happens on a web page or in your application. So for example, like clicking a button, submitting a form, or moving the mouse over an element are all events. So whenever you bind an event to a function, you're just telling the program to run that function whenever that event occurs. So there are four ways to perform event binding. So let's go and see all four ways to do that. So let me go ahead and close out of this. And these are the two files we're going to be using, our app and our bind. So we're going to be writing all our code in the bind, and also we're going to be using a class components today. And our app already has some imports which I'm going to be doing. So yeah. So now we are going to be importing useState and also components. So let's go ahead and do that. And now what we're going to be doing is we're going to be having a class component. This is going to be named as bind, and it's going to be extend, and it's going to extend the component. There we go. So now what we need is a constructor. So this is going to be having props, super, and props. So the reason why we're having constructor is I want to have to declare the state and stuff. So yeah, let's go ahead and do this dot state equals, and we are going to be having a text, and this is going to be hello. So now what we're going to be having is a render, and let's go ahead and do this. And now we are going to be having a return statement, and inside this what we're going to be doing, first of all, we want to display the text. Alright, so let's go ahead and do this dot state dot and the text. There we go. So now what we're going to be doing is we need a button so that we can change the text and stuff. So let's go ahead and have a button, and this is going to just say change text. And let's go ahead and do this all in a fragment. Let me put the ending tag right here, and there we go. So that should be it. So now what we're going to be doing is, let's go ahead and actually spell this. There we go. So now we are going to be having an event handler, basically on click. So first of all, we have to define a function or method. So let's go ahead and do right here, I guess. Yeah, let's do it right here. So this is gonna be a change text. And first of all, there are basically, as I said, there are four ways, but let's go ahead and start off by the easiest way, which is just doing this. So now we are going to be having this dot set state, and there we go. So let's go ahead and set the state of the text to be, we're just gonna be changing this to hello world, and there we go. So now what we're gonna be doing is we're gonna be having an on click over here. So let's go ahead and have an on click. So now we are going to be having change text, this dot change text, and now let's go ahead and export this. So let's go ahead and do export default, and we are going to be the default of the change. It's actually bind. There we go. So now we already imported over here so that we don't have to waste any time there. So let's go ahead and go over here. So we have our text hello. Let me just unzoom this. There we go. So our h1 tag, which displays our text. For now it's hello. So if I click change text, and we got an error saying cannot read the properties of undefined. So this is because we are not using bind and stuff. So let's go ahead and see the first way to do this. So the first way is you can just do dot bind over here. So if I click on change text, and there we go, we got an error saying cannot read the properties of undefined. It is because we are not using this inside this, inside basically here. So the reason why we are using this is I recommend you guys checking some tutorials on it. I'll just give you a short form. So this is just gonna check if it's executing or not, if the function is getting invoked or not and stuff. So yeah. So if we reload this page, change text, and there we go, hello world, that works. So that's why we use this over here. So I'll just recommend you guys checking some tutorials on this thing right here. So yeah, and that's pretty much our first way to do this. So the second way is also, you can just remove that. So the second way is you can just define something over here. So let's go ahead and do over here. So in here we're just gonna be this dot change text equals, and then this dot, let's go ahead and do this dot change text dot bind over there, and it's gonna be this. There we go. So let's go ahead and see our output real quick. So there we go. This is our browser. So let's go ahead and click on change text. So that works. That's the second way of how you can do this. You can just use bind in right here in the constructor. So that's another way. And this is a better way, I'll say. So yeah. And now coming to the last two ways is depending on over here or over here. So I'll just say that. So now we're going to be having an arrow function, and then we are just going to be having something like this, and we are going to be having this inside this, and we should have a parentheses right there. So let's go ahead and see our output. Let me reload this. Or hello, that works. Let's click on this button, and that works too. Hello world, so that works. And the final way to do this is to just have it's basically depending on how you declare this variable. So to do that, what you have to do is you have to have an equal sign, and you're going to be kind of like having an arrow function. There we go. So now what we can be doing is, let's go ahead and see our output real quick. So let's go ahead and change text, and that's another way too. So basically this is the kind of like declaring way, and that's pretty much about event binding. So you just it's kind of like you tell the program to do something whenever that event occurs. So yeah, so that's it for today's video. See you in the next video. Until then, bye bye.